Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Islam answers back with another great video. Don't forget, like, follow, and learn. And one more time, guys. Come on, guys. I'm telling you, this is very beneficial. If you want the notes to these videos so you can use them for your own debates, dialogues, and discussions, or your own personal knowledge, and just to support my dawah efforts, guys, then join the Patreon right here as you see on the screen. The link is available. It'll take you right to it, right on my profile. Just click the link on my profile and it'll take you right to the Patreon where you can get access to these notes that I'm using today, the notes that I've used in the previous videos, the notes that I've used in my actual debates against Christian debaters, famous ones like James White and Robert Spencer and all these other people, David Wood, etc. Right? I've used these notes in the debates against them. I use them in the notes when you hear me using these videos, when you hear me doing discussions on the panels, on the lives. These are the notes. That knowledge is available to you, where you can be just as informed and just as prepared to counter the Christian missionaries as well. Join the Patreon today. Now let's get to it. The next claim where the Christians have been misquoting the Quran is this claim that the Quran tells Muslims to go back and read the Bible. Okay, they claim that the Quran says to go back and read the Bible. This is a lie and it is a misquotation of the Quran. First of all, let's start it off straight off the top by letting them know and everyone know that this is wrong, because there's no need to go back to the Bible according to the Quran. Because why? At least for the believers, because the Quran chapter 2 verse 2 clearly says that this book is the book which of there is no doubt in it. It is a sure guidance for those who believe. Okay? So that makes it clear that the Quran is never going to tell you to go back and read the Bible and all this stuff like that nonsense, because the Quran is making it clear that it is the book of guidance and it is the book that has no doubt in it. So where does this misquote come from? Well, this comes from the Christian missionaries misquoting Quran chapter 10 verse 94. They cherry picked this verse and they still misquote it, because let's read what it says. It says, if you are in doubt about what we have revealed to you, then ask the ones who have read the book before you. So as you can see, number one, it doesn't say go back and read the Bible. It says if you're in doubt about something, we're going to have to find out what this doubt is about. But it says if you're in doubt about what we revealed to you, then ask the ones, meaning go to ask the people. Doesn't say go read the book. Doesn't say go pick up the Bible, go back and read it instead. No, go ask the ones, meaning the people who read the book before you. Okay? But this is a misquote. So as you can see, it doesn't say go back and read the Bible at all. It says to ask the people. Ask the people. Ask the people who read the book before you about this. But what does this ask? What are we supposed to? Well, not, and again, it's not us. The people who are being addressed, they're supposed to go back and read because they're in doubt. Or go back and ask. So what are they supposed to ask? Well, just read the verse right before it. The Christian always ignores the verse right before it, verse 93, as you see on the screen. It talks about how the children of Israel had been placed in a goodly position and favor with Allah, right? They've been blessed, but then they went astray after differences amongst them arose. So if you're in doubt about what we revealed to you, ask those who read the book before you about it. Oh, that's the context. So it doesn't say ask them about anything. It doesn't say if you're seeking truth, go back and ask them. It doesn't say if you want to know about God, if you want to know about Jesus, if you want to know about the truth, go back and ask them. No, because clearly the Quran, as I showed you, it is the book of guidance. It is the book where there's no doubt. It's saying about this particular thing, about how the children of Israel have been placed in a goodly position and favor with God, and then they went astray. If you're in doubt about that, go ask them, and of course they'll tell you, because they can't lie. Their book says it. Their book says that they went astray. Their book says that God blessed them, but then they worshiped the golden calf. They blessed them, then they wound up disobeying the prophets and all these different things. That's what their book says about them, how they kept being hard-headed and going astray. So that's the truth. Their book will say that. They can tell, they themselves can admit that's what it says. But just to be clear, if you still don't believe me, even though the context is clear what it's saying, even the tafsirs agree. Right? You can see the tafsir of Jalal of 1094. He says the same thing. He says this is concerning what we have revealed of the stories, right? then ask those people about those stories. So again, it's not saying ask them about anything. It's not saying ask them about the truth, ask them about the reality of God and all that stuff. No, no. Ask them about these stories, particularly these stories. Okay? So that's what it's saying. So it doesn't say, and so it clearly doesn't say go back and read the Bible. Okay? Now, further, I even go further into say this is not even addressing the Muslims, right? This is not even addressing the Muslims. This is addressing the people that were around the prophet, of the disbelievers and others who were hearing this. And if they were in doubt about what the prophet is saying in his revelation, to ask those people of the book about these things. Again, it doesn't say to read the book, but to ask those people about these stories if they're in doubt about these stories that he said about the children of Israel, not about anything. Not about truth, religion, God, Jesus. No, it doesn't. It's not saying to ask them about any questions that you have. It's saying to ask about, as it says right here, Jalal confirms, about these stories. That's what it says. Okay. But to further make my point that it's not even addressing the Muslims, look at the Quran, chapter 2, verse 285, to prove that those verses are not addressing the prophet. Although a lot of translations, unfortunately, they put "O prophet," they put the messenger. The Arabic does not say the prophet, it doesn't say messenger. Some translators put that there because of the idea that the Quran is being revealed to the prophet. So some of them surmise that everything is speaking to the prophet, where no, many cases, this is the prophet being told what to say to the other people, right? Because the prophet doesn't doubt. Let's look, chapter 2, verse 285 clearly says, the messenger firmly believes in what has been revealed to him, and so do the believers. So the Quran is clear that the messenger firmly believes in him. So he wouldn't doubt, he wouldn't have any doubt anyway, nor would the believers. So these verses are not addressing the prophet or the believers, telling them to do this. This is telling the other people who are hearing this, if they don't believe it, if they doubt, they can go ask, and they'll see that what those people will tell them will confirm what the Quran is saying. Another proof that it's not addressing the prophet or the believers is chapter 49, verse 15. It said the believers believe in what has been, believe Allah, but they believe in Allah and his messenger, and they never doubt it. See? So the Quran is saying the believers, they don't doubt. So when it says if you're in doubt, that's not talking to the prophet, and it's not talking to the believers of the Muslims. Because as the Quran says, we don't doubt. We don't doubt. It's other people who might hear this and they might doubt. So if they're in doubt about what was said, then go ask those people of the book about it. And they'll confirm that what the Quran is saying is true. That's what it's saying to ask about. And that's who it's telling to ask. It's not telling the Muslims to do that. Because again, the Quran is the book wherein there is no doubt. The believers, as you see, they have no doubt. The believers believe firmly in the message and what has been sent down. And so does the messenger. Okay? And just to further show you that what I'm saying is just not my own personal opinion, look, here is a tafsir. Now I have to say this clearly, disclaimer. This tafsir is attributed to Ibn Abbas. Here's what I'm saying. It's attributed to him. Scholars agree that it has not been authentically attributed to him, but it's attributed to Ibn Abbas. So I want to make that disclaimer before I go further. But nonetheless, it still has some useful information that confirms what I'm saying. Take a look here. This tafsir that is attributed to Ibn Abbas says the verse is not addressing the prophet, but rather addressing the people of the prophet. Exactly. It's addressing the people he was speaking to amongst his people. It's addressing them. If they have doubts of what's being said, then they can ask the people of the book. It doesn't tell them to go read the book. Ask the people of the book, and they will confirm what the Quran is saying. Okay? So it's not addressing the Muslims. It's not addressing the prophet. It's not addressing the believers. Okay? And it's not telling them to go read the Bible anyway. It's just saying, look, if you're in doubt about this particular stories of these people, of the Jews, the children of Israel, then go ask them and they'll confirm what the Quran is saying, that yes, they were blessed, but they had gone astray, they had been disobedient, etc. Okay, so very clear. Okay, guys, don't forget, like, follow, and learn. And remember, join the patrons. It's very good, beneficial information. It benefits the dawah that I do, and in return, you get access to those notes. May Allah reward you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.